Click. The video has started. How you doing? Just want to know if I had no face, if my head would just blind in. One marble walked up to the next marble, and they looked at each other, and they looked in the mirror, and they knew who each other was, no matter how mixed up they were. They were numerically, okay? Numerically. How do we get numerically different? How can we add a number that has no value? Can we be inside a cylinder, just moving our frequencies at a different time, looking for information? Or are we constantly working together and there is no difference between me and you and me, but we need some sort of memory? We have a memory. If I'm in the liver and what my process is in the liver, how are we so different and so the same? If I'm to be different from you, how can my number be any different without having something different in me? Without my construct being different. But my construct is different because I'm the receiver of the same thing as you. We all breathe this air. We all have the knowledge that is in this air. What happens if you freeze two icebergs? What happens to that energy? What is it? What is that energy? The iceberg in the moon and the icebergs on the pole on Earth. What is that energy? What is happening? What is the tilt? What is that tilt? Everybody says Earth is flat, right? Everybody says Earth is flat, but if you really look at it, my arm is flat, but look how thick it is. Oh my God. It's so flat it goes all the way around. What am I going to do? They also say that the Earth is longer one way than the other way. Is it thicker? Is it higher to the top? How long does it take to fly? And do you know if they're flying in that straight line? Can you do it by taking a compass? Can we sit on three different parts of the Earth and say that everything is flat when we're both touching different oceans, right? At one point in the ocean, is it harder to pass? How much of that water is deep? Follow what I'm saying? For the Earth to not be like this. Why can't it be like this with two lips at the end, making everything flat at the end? Hey, look, it's all flat. Yeah, it looks flat, but it could be just like the Bélier, just like the fleur-de-lis, just like that if you would lie it down flat, they would be pulls. That when you come out from the center of the pull, where the pinball comes out, it's coming out from somewhere else to play in this world. What is 0, 9, and 1? Just for fun of it. I painted this when I first started, and I'm going to be talking about God, by the way, in Chaldean and numbers and Pythagorean, and we're going to get on. But first, let me tell you, I was seeing the I, right? And I had to make the I, and I had to know the H. So we have to know the H is that it's two sides to what's above and below. We have to understand every aspect. Here's the Gimel. Here's the Mayan man, but he's missing one corner. One corner. How many of these are there? How many of these are there in space to create what we call planet Earth? Pieces and parts. Here's 1/4. Still has an I. Maybe he's lost his I. Here's another H. Here's a D. And I call this a Nachi, the big I. See the girl with the hair? Right? She got a bow in her hair. When I turn it this way, it becomes the bird, the crying bird. So I just did that anyways. Let's throw that out of the way. And just everybody's stopping. See the stop sign in the center? How do we block that light? How do we turn off that light? In fact, it's not even that light. It's the, believe it or not, it's the light from the outside, and I don't like it. So now, guess what? I don't know where that light is. I think it's coming in from that room there. So we're just going to take this and take a look inside, and I still don't like that. And no matter what I do, I cannot seem to get rid of the darkness. So we're going to just show you this and try and see what I can do and hold in this angle. So we can see the inside. Here's the plus, here is the multiple. The multiple goes in between the numbers, okay, and showing 35-to-1 realities. That's what it is, electric company. It's an understanding that in the game of craps, in the game you throw two dice, it's in the Las Vegas casino, look it up, 7 you in, 11 you in on the come out roll. Okay, 1 and 2, 1 and 1, and 6 and 6 you lose. 3 ways to lose, but the 6 and 6 is barred in most casinos, and nothing happens on that roll. In some casinos and others you lose. The opposite of 6 and 6 is 1 and 1. So in that world you lose on both sides. The 1 and 2, the reverse is 5, 6, 11. You win on both sides. 1, 2, 3, 4 equals 10. 5 and 6 equals to 11. Then we have the outside extended numbers here on the corner, over here, on the corner here, on the corner here. Okay, here is a payout. Okay, it's either this side or this side, but they're showing both sides, which means if there's only a payout on one side, we're obviously living only on one side. And you see the K? The K showing we're breaking off 1/2 of the total square here, breaking off 1/2 of the total square here. Okay, and I don't like that light. Maybe we can switch. I hope the computer doesn't shut. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to move the camera. Sorry about that. I'm just going to move the camera and see if I can get a better angle to this picture. Let's see what happens. Yeah, maybe it's a little bit better. So when we get on the dead center over here, that's 8 to 1. So that is your heaven. You create the H and the I, right? Like I said, split it, you have half and half. Now we're splitting this one. Each one of these are 1, but it takes 4 of them to make a completion of 1. So 5 is the reality of bringing each one together. Since each one comes together and there's 9 to a face, right? Usually there's 9 to a face, but guess what? There's only 1 dot in each face. There's only 1 dot that has the actual value in that face. When you come to bringing all of them together over here, okay, where it's an 8 to 1 value, right? We now have to start doing a little bit of math architecture, which means building of the equation, to understand more of this block. But to understand the block in many ways, because in order to drill the center of the block will take area space, and they call that block area 50 of the 20 around. 20 and 13, remember, that's what the Mayans use. So I'm just showing you all the numbers. So at the same time, I normally call a face a block, because when you go to a telephone or a calculator, it's usually 9 on that face. 9 on that face. Over here, where's my calculator? Here's my calculator. There's 9, but guess what? There's 3 over here makes 12, and on the phone, it's the star key, the 0, and the pound key. So there's a whole other story that has to come out. And I just like to say, let's repeat the numbers, but 0 says we cannot. 0 says that since there is a 10th number they showed up in here, we have to use the point and have the other side aware. That's the way I'm looking at it. And here's the connecting equality, or the same number, just call it 12 positions. Since each of these only have 1 positions, I say we have to have a total of 9 blocks here with 1 position each. If you add 1 through 9, it equals to 45. The average of 9 is 5. Every center over here equals 5. That's what we're going to do to it. The center over here, okay, has a value of 8, and you can say he if you want. But since this is the center of all the numbers, okay, since this is the center of all the numbers, we're going to give the center the value of 1, 5, or 9. All 3 of them. And there's only 6 numbers left. In fact, it's 1, okay, 3, because it splits 2, 5 and 9, but we're not going to say that. We can also say 1, 3, 5, because 1, 3, 5 is 9, and inside of the 5 is the 1 split by the 2, creating the 4. Mirrored. Do you follow what I'm saying? You follow what I'm saying? So what number did we get to? You see, I'm just mixing you up, and I'm not really going anywhere. I'm not really trying to remember myself. We have the stop sign on the inside. We have the Star of David on the inside. I did not bring these lines over, because don't forget, if there's an X here, and an arm on each side, we can bring a line all the way over, because we have centers to go from. Just like I can bring a line all the way back, giving me centers. What are these numbers? I don't know right now which numbers I can use, and I write so much on the same piece of paper, all the numbers become mishkabibble. Okay, so now we have to understand, does this fold? Does this fold? Which way can I fold and create my center? I'm not really sure which way I should do it, but I need paper and I got to rip up a whole lot of paper to get this done. So anyways, once I get through that 10-minute video, I think I should talk about God in the next video because this is perfect, fits inside of itself. We do have the other one where we take one of these and we connect it with hearts, and I don't have that design on me right now. But now I wanted to talk to you about the God video, and I think I've surpassed my time, so I'm going to show you this paper that might be a little mixed up, okay? And I'm just going to do one word. I'm going to do prime. The one spirit of the half-life of creation, pair, P-E-A-R, pair, okay? It's a pair. I am me. You can say anything I want. You can say Primus that just came out there, right? You can say prime beef. You can say anything you want. It becomes 4 times 4, 4 plus 4, and it becomes PH. And I made a mistake. 16.8 is 34. Becomes DC with these two numbers together. 0, 2 becomes Venus DC. Becomes 32, 34, 32, Venus DC. The freezing point. 8 and 24 is 32 minus 0, 8. 8 and 5 connecting the center. Why does 8 and 5 connect the center? Because it's the 5, but it's the one dot that connects the total center of 8. He connects nothing. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Prime is 61, the total count. And if I show you the total count for this other word, you'll understand what it is. Church, 61 DC. I reversed it, A and B equaling to red sun cat, red sun DC, red sun cube cat. That's how church runs off. In the B section, altered current of the 20 world, 5555. The connecting X's. 2468 equals to 20. 13579 is 25 Earth. 9 birth. 3 creation of Alpha Beta. Mars dog. This one and this one. That's what church says. Prime. Prime past. Freedom spirit. Over. The day. This is 2 days. The word day equals to 30 in regular numeric value, which is 4, 1, and 1, if I remember, and it's the same numeric value for the word man. Did I do that one in here? Did I get man out there? Did I do man? You know what I like about man? Hey man, I got a dog. Man is very special. As special as that, if I can find man. No, I did not. So I'm going to do man in the next video. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Welcome and thank you.